Welcome one and all to Theme Park Vision. Every fall, Dollywood transforms into one of the most beautiful parks in the country, and the Harvest Festival might just be the reason why. From the moment you walk through the gates, you're surrounded by thousands of gorgeous fall colors, pumpkins, and you can even find some candy corn people. Cozy crispiness in the air, live bluegrass, southern gospel, and a bunch of musical performances around every corner. And of course, food. Plenty of returning favorites and a few brand new dishes. So I set out to try as many as possible and see what truly stood out. That's right, it's time once again for our Best of the Fest video. So today, we're running through all the hits, the misses, from savory to sweet treats, and the best and worst drinks of the season. Before we dive into all of the amazing food though, let's talk about one of the best ways to experience it all, the Tasting Pass. This pass lets you try 5 different festival dishes for one set price, which makes it perfect if you want to sample a mix of sweet and savory options without breaking the bank. You'll find the Tasting Pass locations all around the park, each serving up something unique for the season. For more information on the Tasting Pass itself, I will have the video linked below for you to be able to see our full guide. Now, let's go ahead, get started, and dive into this food. Starting off with the savory selections. Corn ribs. These are thick strips of corn tossed in butter, garlic, and Parmesan. Kind of like corn on the cob meets street corn. And honestly, no complaints here. They were delicious. I did love the Parmesan and how they got that buttery goodness all throughout the corn. The creamy onion and mushroom soup. A cozy fall soup topped with garlic croutons. Flavor-wise, this had a nice balance between onion and mushrooms, but you could definitely tell the mushrooms were there. The texture wasn't as creamy as what I expected or thought from the way the photos originally looked, but if you're a mushroom lover, you'll probably rank this higher than I did. My husband did at least. For me, it was just okay, but again, I'm just not a mushroom lover. Garlic knots with harvest cheese sauce. These were oven-baked knots topped with everything bagel seasoning and served with a creamy harvest cheese sauce. And I'm just gonna say it, if I could drink that cheese sauce, I would. There was nutmeg, fall spice flavors in every bite, and this was just absolutely incredible. The everything bagel seasoning on the knots just took it over the edge. Honestly, this was one of the best things I've eaten at Dollywood in a long time. The Harvest Bowl. This was a nice mix of roasted butternut squash, crispy chickpeas, rice, marinated red peppers, topped with a tangy yogurt sauce and cilantro. The veggies were great. There was a lot of texture and really good fall flavor. The yogurt sauce really worked well, but the rice, completely bland. A little seasoning on this would have pulled the whole dish together. I'm truly hoping they keep this next year, but just add a little bit more flavoring to that rice. Hot honey chicken pizza. It's got hot honey chicken, red onion, mozzarella, and tomato sauce. The flavors were good, but Dollywood's chicken lately just isn't cutting it, at least when it comes to these festivals. For some reason, the festival texture chicken is just completely off, and it's been very consistently off since the beginning of the season. Honestly, if they would just swap this chicken out or left it off entirely from the pizza, this could have been absolutely fantastic and probably one of my top picks. The stuffed acorn squash. This one is going to combine acorn squash, wild rice, cranberries, apples, and walnuts. I really love that Dollywood is adding more vegetarian options. It's refreshing. Now, for this in particular, the sweetness from the apple and cranberry really gave this a unique flavor, and it just screamed fall. It was very good, delicious, and I would definitely be open to getting this again. Turkey pumpkin chili. This was a hearty mix of various beans with ground turkey and pumpkin spice. This one, absolute comfort food. Flavorful, hearty, perfect for a cozy fall day at the park. It was not dried out at all, which if you've seen any of my previous videos, I've been hit or miss with the chili, but this chili they got absolutely right and it was fantastic. Now let's move on to those sweet treats. Starting off with the apple donut a la mode. A glazed donut filled with apple cinnamon filling, topped with caramel and vanilla ice cream. I honestly haven't been that impressed with Dollywood's donuts this year until this one. It was soft, flavorful, and the apple filling was spot on. It really felt like a true fall dessert. My only note, I wish there was more of the apple filling throughout the donut, as I felt like it was kind of lacking in that. But the flavor, 10 out of 10. Pumpkin cinnamon roll. So this was actually the first time I've ever had a cinnamon roll at Dollywood. Dollywood took their classic cinnamon roll and added pumpkin spice glaze on top. This one was soft, loaded with icing, and had the perfect pumpkin flavor. I'm always cautious when it comes to cinnamon rolls because honestly they can go dry fast, but this one nailed it, and considering this was the first cinnamon roll I ever had at Dollywood, I gotta say I was impressed. Pumpkin whoopie pie. 2 big pumpkin spice cookies with cream cheese icing. This has been my favorite treat at the Harvest Festival year after year after year. Like, it's still holding that title. Like, it took me a little bit to get it. They were out the first day. I wasn't too happy with that. But I finally got a hold of it, and it was incredible. It's huge, shareable, and perfectly spiced. If you're grabbing a coffee in the morning, this is the treat you want to go with it. Pumpkin spiced funnel cake. This one promised pumpkin spice flavor and spiced caramel drizzle, but this one didn't deliver. The funnel cake itself was fine, but there was barely any sauce and I couldn't taste any pumpkin at all. Like the pumpkin spice funnel cake was completely missing, and this tasted like just a regular funnel cake. Now, I will say I have had this exact same complaint when I've gotten this funnel cake in the past. I do hope next season, as this does seem to be like a returning item year after year, I really hope next season they up the pumpkin spice in this funnel cake. Salted caramel apple elephant ear. Fried dough topped with apple filling, cinnamon, sugar, salted caramel, and vanilla glaze. The dough was amazing, crispy, and that cinnamon sugar topping was amazing. This thing is also massive, seriously. It's easily shareable for like 3 to 4 people. It's huge. But the apples were cold. Like straight from the can cold. Like it completely ruined what could have been an incredible dessert. If they would have warmed up that apple topping, it would have been 10 out of 10. That would have been so great. But having an like really ice cold almost apple filling on top of it kind of just ruined the vibe for me. But again, the fried dough was good. Just they really need to heat up that apple filling. Let's top off this overview with some drinks, starting with the apple lemonade. Now this is going to be a mix of tangy lemonade and apple cider with a little maple and vanilla. Honestly, the lemonade, really, I didn't taste much lemonade, but that was completely fine with me. The apple flavor dominated, as it should, and it worked. It was sweet, tart, and just a really good fall vibe drink. Candy corn punch. A layered lemonade and orange syrup drink topped with cream and candy corn. The candy on top was great, but the drink itself, tart, strange, and not candy corn flavored at all. I'm gonna be honest, when they first announced this one, I was so excited as somebody who loves candy corn. But I don't even know how to describe this. Fun to look at, but the flavor just didn't match the name. There was not a lot of sweetness to this. Again, extremely tart. I really would have liked this candy corn punch to have candy corn flavoring. Pumpkin white hot chocolate. White hot chocolate infused with real pumpkin and warm spices. This was amazing. Sweet, creamy, loaded, and I mean loaded with pumpkin flavor. I would happily drink this year round, and honestly, I really hope they bring this back next season, and I hope they bring it back as like a latte as well, because that would be very exciting, and I will be obsessed. Pumpkin pie punch. Okay, so this is going to be cold apple cider combined with pumpkin puree, cream soda, and pumpkin pie spice. This has been a returning favorite for a good reason. It's unique, balanced, and absolutely screams fall. It's still one of the best, and I will never not get this at the festival. Dollywood, please don't take this away. Like, don't take this. Now, let's get to what the best is. So, for the best of the fest, we've got our top 3 favorite festival items. Starting off with those garlic knots with harvest cheese sauce. Perfection. That cheese sauce alone deserves an award. Like, that was one of the best things I've ever had, and every time we've gone back to the festival this season, we have gotten that because they're just incredible. Please get those garlic knots. Next up, the turkey pumpkin chili. This was comfort food at its best. Considering I've had a kind of a bad experience with Dollywood chili in the past, this was a 180. Like, they did their best. Like, they did a great job with this. Pumpkin whoopie pie. Are we surprised? Let's be honest. Are we surprised that made the list? Sweet, spiced, and still the undefeated dessert of the Harvest Festival. Now, the bottom 3, the worst of the fest, that salted caramel apple elephant ear. Great idea. Poor execution. Heat up the apples. Just please heat that apple up, because that struggle. Next up, we've got the hot honey chicken pizza. The chicken is not working. I really hope Dollywood fixes this chicken. It's just a really weird texture, at least for me. Maybe not everyone, but for me, it's just it's not working. And then the pumpkin spiced funnel cake. It tastes fine. It tastes like a funnel cake. But where's my pumpkin? Now, the best drink is that pumpkin white hot chocolate. That pumpkin white hot chocolate is by far the best drink that I've had. This will literally be my go-to as long as it's on the menu. It's sweet, pumpkin heavy, and perfectly cozy. I'm gonna be honest, I really hope they keep this for the Christmas festival because this was one of the best hot chocolates I've ever had. Now, the worst drink is going to be that candy corn punch. It's a fun concept, but the flavor missed the mark. Keep it next year, bring it back to us, but rework that recipe, please, to make it more of an actual candy corn flavored drink, because that just makes sense. All that to be said, Dollywood's Harvest Festival is running now through October 27th, and it is easily one of the most beautiful times of year to visit. Whether you're here for the food, the lights, or just the feeling of fall in the mountains, this festival delivers that autumn magic every single time. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when we post new videos, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye!